What's up, guys? CryptoSavy here. I hope everybody's having a fabulous Thursday. We're going to take a look at Bitcoin on the macro all the way down to the 4 hours. So definitely stick around, check it all out. We'll kind of see where it's going. My targets from yesterday hit. Also, I want to remind you guys there's a free Discord group in the description below the video. Totally free. Definitely check it out. It's an awesome community. Let's get on with the video. Alright guys, you know the deal. I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. Disclaimers scrolling on the bottom. There's a lot of stuff going on in crypto right now. I'm going to kind of touch on some of it. But first, we'll go into the fear and greed index. We're down to 21. That's extreme fear. Yesterday we were on 24, so it has fallen a little bit. Also, take a look at the news headlines. Bitcoin crashes after suddenly higher. Bitcoin surge this morning shows market vulnerability. Bitcoin breaks traction, volume record. Yeah, just more FUD, more and more FUD. Peter Schiff, of course, as always, talking crap about Bitcoin when he probably holds a shitload of Bitcoin. But anyways, yeah, that's the news, fear, and blah, blah, blah. So we'll go into the monthly. I want to remind you guys, definitely don't forget to leave your comment and give it a thumbs up. That gets you entered to win a free t-shirt. I will be doing the drawing of I'll be picking a random comment on Sunday's video. So make sure you watch. You'll have 24 hours to claim your prize. Also, you can go to my wife's webpage, inkyyourimage.com, to look at what t-shirt. There is a link to that below in the description also. There's t-shirts in there, coffee mugs, beer koozies, bunch of stuff. She could put anything you want, not just the stuff you see on here. She can put any coin, anything you want. So nice Christmas gift ideas also. So let's look at Bitcoin on the monthly and some of the stuff I was talking about. This space is getting really weird right now. The YouTubers we're getting a lot less views and a lot, and everybody's getting kind of edgy. And what I've noticed now, there's some major shitcoin shillers that are talking about people shilling Bybit. For one, I tell you I have Bybit, which I'm going to leave the link right above. If you want to check it out and play with leverage trading, I never suggest any high leverage trading, nor do I suggest putting in any more money than you're willing to lose. Also, by leverage trading, you cannot lose more that's in your account. Some of them are saying you end up owing money, whatever. But for one thing, try it on a test net first. Don't just go in and think you're going to trade and become a millionaire. Trading's not for everybody. But if you do want to try it, like I said, I'll have that above. And my link is below in the description. You get a $60 discount or a $60 bonus for signing up. I also have a Prime XBT one down there that you get a 35% bonus for signing up. Now, shitcoin shillers. They are bitching about people telling you about Bybit, right? And they have been shilling shitcoins that will never amount to anything ever, forever, because they get given free shitcoins to shill it to you so they can dump their bags when it does pump on you. You guys, stay away from the shitcoins, man. Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum are your safest bet. And Ethereum, I'm not too sure about anyways, but I just wanted to get that off my chest. People are talking a lot of crap as they shill crap. Chico is one of them. He talks about shilling Bybit all the time, but yet he's promoting gambling sites, sports betting sites on his, which is illegal on YouTube. So just so you know, don't listen to the shitcoin shillers, guys. They really have no clue what the hell they're talking about. If you really look at those coins, all they are is pump and dumps. So the owners, the developers, and the people that are shilling it can dump them and buy Bitcoin, period. All right, let's look at the monthly. Sorry about that, guys. I had to rant real quick. As you can see, we are still in this formation here, which I've been looking at as a bull flag. And if you look, we talked about it a couple days ago. We are still in between the 21 EMA and the 13 EMA here. The 13 EMA is right around the 7,700 and the 21 is around the 7080. So whichever one of these we break and close above, that's most likely gonna pick our direction. Also, I want to show you in the, well, right here, as you can see, the volume's declining while we're in this. So when we do have a break, we will have a huge surge of volume. Let's go into the weekly. Looking at the weekly. I don't know why this line keeps popping back in here. I take it off every freaking time. Anyways, as you can see, we're still getting support on this bottom line. We may be coming back down to test it one more time. And if that breaks, we could be heading towards a 200 EMA, which is around the $5,000 range. I'm not saying that we're going to go there. I'm just saying it is a possibility to keep in the back of your mind. Also, as in the monthly, still in the weekly, we can see the volume is declining while in this. Guys, whichever one of these trend lines we break, that's which way we're headed. On the weekly, just say if we went all the way up this week to break this, we'd have to break around the 93.70. And to break the bottom this week would be around 63.80. I don't believe it's going to happen this week. But as the weeks go on, the price that we have to break going up gets lower. Also, the price that we have to break down goes lower. So I do have this dotted line in here, which is just a cloned line of the top line, which I do believe if we break through this support line here, that is most likely where we would be headed. So let's look also at the RSI. As you can see, we have the support line across here, which was good support back here. We broke through that in 2018 when we had our capitulation, and then broke back up above it. We are getting support on it yet again. Let's look at the daily. All right, so looking at the daily, I'll get these EMIs out of the way, or EMAs out of the way here in a minute. But I do want to take a look. I do have the, let's see. All right, I do have the Fibonacci retracement on here from our low back in December 18 to our high in June 19. The 0.786, guys, is right at the 5,400. That is most likely my worst case scenario, unless we would come back down to tag this bottom trend line down here. But as of right now, that's my worst case scenario, is a 5,400. And if it stayed up in here all the way to retest this line on that, would be around the end of January, mid to end January. I don't think that's going to happen, but just to say that coincides with this line here. We will be going into the 4 hour, get into a little more detail. But as you can see right now, the 0.618 and the 0.65 is a golden pocket zone. We are within that still. We are remaining above the 0.618. We're getting support up here. I honestly don't think that's going to hold. And if you were watching yesterday's video, I had the target of the 77.10, which we did overshoot that a little bit. We got the 77.70 right in that range. And as you can see right here, this white line here is the EMA, the 13 EMA. And on the daily, we are getting rejected on that. If we can get above this, it's about 74.70, and close the daily above that, we could be going up from here, but I highly doubt it. Looking at this as a rising wedge, and if we take the measured move of that rising wedge and put it down to here, that gets me the target of 65.80. So that would be a higher low from this right here. And where I said in the thumbnail, we could be forming a bottom pattern here, and that could be either a W pattern or an Adam and Eve pattern, which is definitely likely. We'll keep an eye on that. As of right now, that's just speculation, but we will keep an eye on that. I do believe that's most likely what's happening here, in my opinion. Let's go over to the 4 hour now. All right, so this looks a little messy. We'll clean it up here in a second. And as you can see, this is from yesterday's videos, and I'll get these targets out of the way here in a minute. I had this 73.44. We were over here yesterday when I made the video, and I had said if we broke that, we would most likely be heading up to the 7710. That's exactly what we did. Let me get this out of our way now. All right. So now we were looking at this as a falling broadening wedge, and that's how I had the measured move up to 77. And that's done now. So what I've done, let me get this. I'm going to keep this line here because we are getting support off of it right now. I'm going to make it thinner though because it's not quite as important to me anymore. All right, so now I'm looking at this as a falling channel, which this would have been a bull trap. And I'll show you in the RSI what I'm looking at. Let me get this line off of here. This is what I'm looking at in the RSI now. A falling wedge. Excuse me. I'm going to line this up a little better, guys. It is right there. So this is going to give us clue the next time we peg out. Remember though, on the 4 hour, this can always get above it as long as we close below it in the 4 hour. Just like this did over here. Whoops. This candle here actually got way up here and then it ended up closing down here. The RSI goes off of the body of the candle, not the wicks. So we could come back up to test this, and I'll put a target there. If we break this target, I'm going to put it right there, about 74.12. If we break that target, most likely we're going to head back up and retest this trend line that I drew off of these two wicks. And I'll show you where. Okay, so if we break the 74.12 area, I think our next stop would be this 77.27, right in that range, somewhere in that range, 77.36. But I do think it'll retap this test line or this trend line. And if that's the case, if you look at this white trend line and this here, we could be forming a falling broadening wedge, which, if you guys been watching the channel, let me stretch this out a little bit. You know my measured moves. I don't understand why these I move them all the time and they keep going back to the same spot. Sorry about that. Okay. But anyways, the other day we had the 70.50 target, which we did get a bounce from it. We didn't quite make it down to it, but I'm going to get that out of the way to kind of clean this up. I still am looking at this 69.06. And reason being, guys, let me go in here, zoom in a little bit. As you can see, this orange line I have right here, and using this yellow line as a rising wedge. The measured move off that rising wedge would be right here. Where we broke down, which was right here, that gets us the 69.06, which also coincides with the 0.65 Fibonacci retracement. So I do believe if we get down here, we're going to have a nice bounce. And if we go below that, that's where my other targets come into effect. In the let's look at the measured moves. This is a rising channel here. If we measure the channel to where we broke down, which was right here, that gets us down to the 66.51. That is a good possibility that we hit there, and I'm going to extend this line. Move this over. Right in this area. That could be coming down to retest this trend line if we do break past that 6,900. And then, as you guys know from the daily chart, we have this falling wedge or rising wedge target of 65.80. Worst case here is the 5,400, guys, which is also the 0.786. And I showed you guys in the video yesterday. I'll do it again real quick. If we were to use a Fibonacci extension, let's say we did get down to this 5,400, something to look forward to. If we start from the swing high or swing low, go to the swing high, and then if we were to go all the way down to the 54, our next target would get us around the $23,000 area. And if we look over here, let me zoom out. if we look over here, let's take this area right here from 2017 and just do a measured move real quick. Of here to here. Same type deal. Actually, I need to bring it down lower. It would be going off of this here. Huh. Wait a second. Let me get this fixed up for you. Alright, so it would be from the bottom over here to here. Yeah, as you can see, this was majorly overextended. If we were to do something like that over here, we could be looking as high as the $46,000 range. Still, that could happen next year, I do believe, in my opinion. Guys, I think there's going to be a hell of a rally, and if you're invested in shitcoins, I would highly advise you to be extremely careful. I'm not telling you to sell now. I'm not telling you to buy. I am telling you be extremely careful, because those projects, 99% of them are just scams, guys, period. They're not going anywhere, do nothing. If I wanted to start a coin, let's say I started Savy coin, right? Let's say I minted 100 billion coins. I could give Microsoft 10 billion to play with and talk to them, and they say, yeah, we'll play with it, see what it does. Then I could say I have a partnership with Microsoft. Ooh, and then people start buying it. Think that doesn't mean there's a partnership, guys. It means I gave them something and I'm able to call them a partner. I mean, I don't know. So many people are getting wrecked in this space. And like I said, the shitcoin shillers act like they know everything and they try to tell you how it works. These projects are all just high hopes and promises to save the world that they're not going to do shit. Bitcoin works, Ethereum works, Litecoin works, and that's about all I got to say. They already do what they're supposed to. Ethereum, not so much. Bitcoin and Litecoin, they already do what they're supposed to. Yeah. Just think about that, guys, when you listen to people telling you to buy shitcoins. I'm not saying don't invest and try to get it, make a quick buck if you think one might make a jump or whatever. But to actually invest in them, I think that is a very horrible move. But I am not a financial advisor, and this is not financial advice. Anyways, if you enjoyed the video, definitely don't forget to click the CryptoSavy logo above my head to get you subscribed to the channel. Tick the notification bell to get you notified when I post new videos. Smash those likes. Leave your comment down below. Let me know where you're from, and that'll get you entered to win the free t-shirt. So thanks for watching, guys. I will leave some tutorials right here for you to check out. Have a great day, and I'm out of here.